Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's history time. We're taking a look at the causes of European trade routes. And item number 2 here is competition. Going across the top, we have three supporting reasons for that. Number 1, as far as competition, explorers were not always able to raise money from their own countries for voyages. So of course, countries were competing with each other to be the dominant force. And they would approach other kings or queens for ships and supplies. It was not uncommon. And what were they after? Spices, gems, and silk were in demand, with other products too, but those were the big ones. And what were the short-term effects of this competition? Just a few of the individuals that played into that. Ferdinand Magellan of Portugal sailed around the world for King Charles I of Spain. Actually grew up in Portugal and ended up sailing for Spain. Christopher Columbus of Italy received funding from Queen Isabella of Spain. And our third one here, Giovanni Caboto of Italy changed his name to John Cabot and sailed for King Henry VII of England. Of course, he changed his name a little bit later, but just to sound more like he was with the English government there. And what were the long-term effects? In particular, don't have anything on Magellan here. Magellan didn't make it around the world. Only 17 of his crew pulled in on the last ship into Spain. Magellan was killed on the other side of the world, but he's given credit for that. They said he was quite the sailor. The Columbian Exchange, or the transfer of plants and animals between Europe and the Americas, began. And we'll just advance one slide here to take a look at that. We have America on the left here. To the west, there's corn, which is to the rest of the world, other than the United States, is known as maize. Tomatoes, potatoes, chocolate, and squash, just to name a few. Those are heading back over to Europe. From Europe, we had horses, pigs, cattle, wheat, sugarcane, and things like that. Of course, disease was the other big one that came from Europe heading to the Americas, and also from the Americas heading to Europe. So having probably more of an impact on the native populations in the Americas, though. So the Columbian Exchange, a very big time in history as far as affecting the North and South America. And going back one more, talking about John Cabot here. Cabot's claim for the English on Newfoundland gave them a foothold in North America. So England was becoming one of the powers too in the world there. But competition was another one of the causes of European trade routes between countries trying to become the dominant players. Thank you for joining me. Take care.